Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Now radio's outstanding theater of thrill, Suspense. An episode starring screen star Richard Widmark titled Mate Bram. This episode was originally broadcast April 14th, 1952.
Autolite and its 98,000 dealers bring you Mr. Richard Widmark in a true story of murder. Tonight's presentation of Suspense.
Tonight, you're going to hear a true story, a classic of American crime, as documented by criminologist Edmund Pearson. The story is called Mate Bram. Tonight's star, Mr. Richard Widmark. And now, with Mate Bram and the performance of Mr. Richard Widmark, Autolite hopes once again to keep you in suspense.
Dear Mr. Cooper, I write to you as my true friend who has given me wise counsel in the past, who knows of my faults and weaknesses, and who also knows my strength. Respecting the latter, I advise you that during the past year I have totally abstained from drink in any form. And because of that and hard study, I now have a first mate's ticket. It was in that berth that in Boston I signed on the barkentine Herbert Fuller, from where I now write you to give you a report of this fatal voyage. As a matter of truth, I myself might be dead when you read this, if it ever reaches you. I signed on, the master of the vessel being Charles I. Nash, in the company of the following men, each important to this account.
Henry J. Slice, seaman.
Aye, aye, sir. Here, Captain.
Sign this line, Slice. You'll have the port watch.
Aye, aye, sir.
Charlie Brown, seaman.
Hey, sir.
This line, Brown. Port watch.
Hey, sir.
Jonathan Spencer, steward.
Yes, sir.
Right here, Spencer. Glad to have you aboard again.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thomas Bram, first officer.
Yes, Captain.
This line. First trip, Mr. Bram. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
August Blomberg, second officer.
Aye, sir.
This line, Mr. Blomberg.
Aye, sir.
There are two other names important to this account. Lester H. Monks, who came aboard as a passenger in the interest of his health, as the nature of our voyage was to be tropical. The other name is Laura Nash, wife of Captain Nash. If I had known that this woman was going to sail with us, I never would have signed on. But when I saw her and learned that she was, I didn't sign off, although I could have. I stayed on because she was compelling, with a bold look, and because a man is always a hunter. That same day, still in harbor, when first I saw her, I went to the steward to learn more.
Yes, sir, Mr. Your name is Bram, isn't it?
Yes, my name is Bram. Can I get a cup of tea?
Yes, sir. It's hot. Are you a home man, Mr. Bram, or did you come from another ship?
I came from another ship,
What ship was it?
the Antilles.
She came in yesterday. We go out tomorrow. You don't like it shoreside, Mr. Bram.
Nope, I find it too much trouble. You've sailed this ship before?
2 trips.
What is this woman that goes with us?
She's the captain's wife, sir.
I know that. Is she a good wife, Spencer?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
Oh, she's younger than he is. Why does a young woman marry with a man like that and go sailing off on a ship with him and 11 other men?
I don't know, Mr. Bram.
No lady would do that, would she?
I don't know many ladies, Mr. Bram. You won't find out asking me. You'd better ask her.
Maybe I will. Hello, Blomberg.
More deck cargo ready to load for it.
I'll see to it.
You want tea, Mr. Blomberg?
Tea time. Spencer, you sailed this ship before. What do you know about this woman that goes with us?
Nothing.
What kind of woman she is? The way she looks at a man.
I don't know, sir. I don't know.
When I left the steward, the second mate was asking the same questions I asked. I mentioned this to remind you that I was not alone with my thoughts. The same ones were in the minds of the others. Perhaps all of them. This, then, my good friend, was the state and nature of the ship when we made to open sea. The first day passed in shaking her down. But then evening was upon us, and the woman ate supper in the cabin at the officers' table, which also included the passenger, Mr. Monks. These meals, there were only 6 of them, may be exaggerated in my memory, but I think not. It seems now that nothing was discussed except that I abstained from the wine that was served. It was difficult because I didn't want to give as my reason for refusal the fact that you know, sir, that I am a slave to drink unless I abstain entirely.
Your glass, Laura?
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Monks?
Yes, please. Thank you, Captain.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Bram?
No, sir, I don't want any.
Mr. Blomberg?
Yeah, I like good wine.
Are you a religious man, Mr. Bram?
No, sir, not overly so.
Wondered if that was why you wouldn't have a glass of wine with us.
No, I don't care for wine.
What you drink, then? Rum, like the pirates?
I don't drink at all.
I didn't think that a seafaring man lived that didn't drink, Mr. Bram.
Seafaring men are much like any men, Mr. Monk. Some of them drink, some of them don't.
Wine with a meal and a good whiskey or brandy at the end of a watch. Nothing can take their place.
Is there a reason you don't drink, Mr. Bram?
Yes. I don't like to.
Have you ever drunk?
No, I never have.
I don't believe that. I've heard that some men don't drink because they expose their true selves when they do. Do you have a true self that you are hiding?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, madam. You are seeing my true self, a man who doesn't drink.
Oh, there must be a reason. And I'll find out what it is.
That's enough, Laura. You're too forward. Eat your supper.
As I stated, my memory of that first supper may now be exaggerated, but I think not. There was more drinking after the meal, but I left, as it was my watch. I know that the second mate stayed with the woman, though, even after Captain Nash had retired to his cot in the chart room. Now, this sleeping arrangement must be explained because it's important. The captain with a cot in the chart room forward in the main house, the woman in the first cabin starboard, the passenger in the second. Across the companionway, I in the first cabin port, Mr. Blomberg in the second. I heard the woman come to her quarters after I'd been relieved. And I think that night, I started dreaming about her and her taunting smile. And with her, I dreamed of being drunk. The next day passed the same, and the next night. There's little enough of interest on a ship, and anything unusual is leapt upon. On this ship, it was my sobriety. The first sign of trouble came upon us during the third evening. And I swear upon our friendship, sir, that it was not of my doing. I was only walking aft past the main house.
Mr. Bram?
Yes?
I'm in my quarters.
I'm still on watch, Mr. Blomberg. What do you want?
I think of you too much today. Now I don't like you.
What you think is your business, not mine.
And that I don't like you?
It's a man's privilege to like or dislike.
You don't care?
Yeah, there'd be nothing for me to do about it if I did.
There is something.
Oh?
Stop acting like you're better than us, all of us.
I'm no better or worse than anyone.
You think you are? You think so because we drink and you don't? You think you saint or something?
You're wrong, and I'll thank you to leave me alone.
No.
Let go of me.
I give you a chance to make me wrong. I give you a chance to act like man. I ask you now, come in my quarters, drink with me like friends.
I don't want to drink, Blomberg.
His insult not to drink when man asked you?
Leave off me. Take it as an insult if you like. I say I have my reasons and my rights to do as I choose. Now mind your own affairs. There'll be no trouble. Don't try to run me.
You woman.
Leave off me.
Oh, you...
Mr. Bram! Mr. Blomberg!
Kill you next time.
What is the meaning of this?
There were some words, sir.
What words?
His woman.
Words about Laura?
No, sir.
I've seen the way both of you are mooning about her. There's an end to that right now. You'll both eat in your own quarters from this day on. Stay away from her. Your officers on this ship. Go to your quarters, Mr. Bram.
Aye, sir.
There'll be a report on this, Mr. Blomberg. You'll relieve the watch.
Mr. Bram. What happened?
There was some trouble.
About what?
Nothing, man trouble.
I heard what my husband said. Were you fighting over me?
No.
Why should you fight over me? You've hardly looked at me.
You're a married woman, Mrs. Nash.
I think that makes more difference to you than it does to me. Why are you so good?
You couldn't choose a word farther from the truth, and I think I'd better go inside.
Wait, why did you fight? Because he was teasing you about not drinking, wasn't it? He told me he was going to.
Yes, that was why. Are you playing the game with me, too?
Oh, I'm intrigued. You're a man with a past, aren't you? And you won't drink because you're afraid someone will find out what it is.
Think what you like.
Don't you know that's a challenge to a woman like me? Wouldn't you even drink with me?
Yes. Yes, perhaps with you.
Is that a promise?
No, Mrs. Nash, I promise nothing anymore. I've been ordered to my quarters. I'd better go. Mr. Cooper, sir, I feel as though I should apologize even to you who know me so well, but I will not. Because I must shamelessly recount all details. There were no more words except ship words between Mr. Blomberg and myself. We ate in our quarters, and for the 3 days following the quarrel on deck, Captain Nash vigilantly allowed his wife no freedom on the ship. I hope you'll understand that, however wrong, her words to me lived in my mind, and they grew. So when I was relieved of watch on the 4th night following, I was very pleased to find her waiting inside the open door to her quarters.
Mr. Bram?
Yes?
I've been waiting for you. Won't you come in?
Where's Captain Nash?
In the chart room. Asleep. I knew he wouldn't watch me forever.
What do you want?
Just to talk to someone who's young. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
There's no harm. I want you to know that.
All right. Laura, there's no harm.
Whether I'm married or not, I'm a woman, am I not?
Yes, yes, you are.
And I deserve to have the company that I like.
Mm-hmm.
I brought a bottle of wine.
I see that you have.
I stole it when he wasn't looking.
You took a chance.
I thought it would be nice. Shall I open it?
Yes, if you like.
Here you are.
Thank you.
You haven't been very nice to me, have you?
I've hardly been able to be anything to you.
Then shall we drink to how nice you can be?
All right. Oh, I drank, my friend, the bottle of wine. And when I left her, I went into Mr. Blomberg's quarters and stole what he had and took it to my own. The warmth that I remembered in my middle body, the courage I assumed, the eyes that weren't really mine seeing things, the false happiness, the excitement, the great proud feeling of self-satisfaction, the elation, the slipping away from reality, and the wonder of it, the pleasure of numbness. the peace, and the luxury of knowing that when you went to bed, you'd sleep.
Mr. Bram! Mr. Bram! Mr. Bram!
What?
Mr. Bram!
Yeah, just what is it? What is it? What? What's the matter? What's the matter?
There's murder.
What? What's that you say?
You've got to come up on the deck. The captain and his wife, Mr. Blomberg, they've all been murdered. They're dead.
Autolite is bringing you Mr. Richard Widmark in Mate Bram, tonight's production in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
April 14th, 1952, Suspense on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Hi, this is Kyle Horvath with the White Pine County Tourism and Recreation Board. If you want to get away from the big cities and get back to nature this summer, give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net. There's so much to do and see I can't mention it in 30 seconds, but check out our website and you'll see what Nevada is really all about. elinevada.net or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net.
You clean everything else in your house, why don't you clean the air? It's easy to do with an Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifier. They're under $200 for a 3-pack. You can put one in the kitchen, you can put one in the living room, you can put one in that room that you know you always flush. Go to EdenPureDeals.com, put in my promo code CLASSIC3 and you'll save $200. EdenPureDeals.com, discount code CLASSIC3 and you'll also get free shipping. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of Suspense, Mate Bram, starring screen star Richard Widmark, from April 14th, 1952.
And now, Autolite brings back to our Hollywood soundstage Mr. Richard Widmark in Elliot Lewis's production of Mate Bram, a true story well calculated to keep you in suspense.
It was 8 bells, midnight, when I went into the woman's quarters. Sometime later, when I left. I didn't want to drink, but what could I do? Explain myself by telling her about the last time? The fights, the broken windows, the jail, and the other times? I should have, but considering the situation, I doubt any man would. I remember leaving, going to Mr. Blomberg's quarters, then to my own. But there, after another while, my memory stops. I have lost an hour, my good friend, or perhaps 2, until Mr. Monks awoke me some minutes before 4 with a gun in his hand.
There's a murderer on board. He killed them all with an axe. Mr. Bram, what is the matter?
What are you doing with that gun?
None of us is safe. There's a murderer on board. What are you doing?
Water first.
You've been drinking, Mr. Bram.
Yes, I have.
You'll have to sober up. You're in command now.
I'm all right. Where are they?
Mrs. Nash is in her cabin. I'll show you. There.
Yeah. What do you know of this?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
How did you learn?
Something woke me up. It was like a scream, but I didn't know, with all the sounds of the ship.
When was that?
I can't be sure. I went to sleep again. Then I woke up again.
What woke you that time?
I don't know, but I began to worry about the sound I'd heard, the scream. I got up and went to tell the captain about it. He was dead. I was sure the sound meant something, and I came to Mrs. Nash's cabin. Then I saw Mr. Blomberg's door open and found him the same way. There's a maniac on board.
Come with me. We'll look at the others. We looked in the quarters of the others and found no weapon. And I'll state now that when I looked in my locker for my gun, I also looked for bloodstains on the clothes in there and on the clothes I was wearing as I'd slept fully dressed. And I found none. Then, pursuing the actions of Mr. Monks and me, we awoke the steward and went on deck. Wait. There's the axe.
That's the one. That's the one that did it.
Get rid of it, Mr. Brown. Throw it overboard. The fiend might use it on us next.
No, Mr. Bram. We can't do that, sir. Throw it overboard. That's the weapon. We've got to keep it. By law, we've got to.
All right. We'll keep it aboard. It's Slice at the wheel. We'll see what he knows.
What is it? But what's that axe?
There's been murder aboard, Slice.
How long have you been at the wheel?
2 hours, sir.
This is getting ugly, but what do you expect from an Elliott Lewis produced and directed program of suspense? From April 14th, 1952, and starring Richard Widmark. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The conclusion comes up next on your favorite radio station.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you.
And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required.
Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary.
800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with one simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Suspense, Mate Bram, starring Richard Widmark, as it was originally broadcast April 14th, 1952.
Who is it?
Brown and Cantwell share your watch, don't they?
Yes, sir.
Where are they?
Forward, sir. Standing lookout. Who's dead?
The captain and his wife and Mr. Blomberg.
Have you seen anybody on deck, Slice, while you've been at the wheel?
Only you, Mr. Bram. I didn't see nobody else.
I didn't remember. It's a frightful thing to have a man say you were out on deck and not remember. I tried to carry on without arousing suspicion, and this is what I learned. That I had come out and asked for Mr. Blomberg, and upon being told that he was tending the foresail with 2 deckhands, I'd gone back inside, and that then Mr. Blomberg had come aft and gone inside, too, and that he'd never come out again. I couldn't help feeling guilty, but on the other hand, I couldn't help heeding my instinct to protect myself. For example, at my earliest opportunity, when I was not seen, I took that axe and I threw it overboard. But that was wrong. I acted in excitement and fear, and I'm sorry now that I did. When dawn came, I ordered the ship to come about and set her back toward Boston. Soon after this was done, the steward came to me.
The crew wants me to talk to you, sir.
Yes, what about?
They all say they'll be afraid to go to sleep tonight for fear of being murdered in their bunks.
All right, I'll have them all sleep on deck where a watch can be kept over them. And if you will, Spencer, you can tell them all to come on deck in an hour for the funeral services.
Funeral services, sir?
Yes.
We can't put those people over the side, sir. By law, we've got to take them back.
Well, yes, of course, Spencer, but it's not good to have them on the ship. I mean to put them in the longboat and tow it astern. Now bring them out. And with Captain Nash, bring his Bible. It's open on the table next to his cot.
It is, sir?
I don't know why I thought I knew where the captain's Bible was. I wasn't sure that I did know. But I was afraid to ask Spencer. So once more, on impulse and in fear, I acted. That night, I went aft to the man at the wheel and ordered him below to get my glass, telling him I'd seen a light in the distance. When he was gone, lashing the wheel, I turned with a knife to the line towing the longboat to cut the bodies adrift and to finally destroy the evidence.
Mr. Bram, stop that!
Don't do that, Mr. Bram.
Leave off, Spencer. It's not good to have dead people following along behind. Leave off. What's this for?
For killing those people out there.
No.
It was you, Mr. Bram.
No, I didn't.
You were with the wife last night drinking.
Who says that?
Mr. Slice. Mr. Blomberg told him.
That's no proof.
You know where his Bible was, sir.
And that's nothing either.
You relieved Slice at the wheel. And after that, the axe was missing. Mr. Brown saw you throw it overboard.
I didn't kill them.
Then why were you cutting the longboat free, Mr. Bram?
Hold still, Mr. Bram.
Confess and ease yourself, Mr. Bram.
No, I won't confess. Nobody saw me kill them because I didn't. I didn't.
Come along, Mr. Bram.
Where are you taking me?
To lock you up. By law, we've got to do it.
They put me in irons, locked in my own quarters. And here I have stayed. There have been no more murders in the 3 days past, which does not stand in favor of another killer being aboard and my being innocent. What I have written, my good friend, is the whole truth. And I beg of you to be my legal counsel when my case comes to trial, as I'm sure it will. In my own mind, I am not convinced that I'm guilty. For one reason, that however violent I've been, I have never killed before. Never killed before. If I could only remember. If I could just remember. Why can't I? Why can't I? Why? Why can't I remember?
As the passenger aboard the Fuller, I was called along with the crew to testify in both of Mr. Bram's trials. And each time I stayed to hear him pronounced guilty by two separate courts of law of a crime he steadfastly swore that he did not remember committing.
Suspense. Suspense is produced and directed by Elliot Lewis, with music composed by Lucian Morwick and conducted by Lud Gluskin.
Mate Bram was written for Suspense by Gil Dowd. Featured in the cast were Joan Banks, Joseph Kearns, Ben Wright, Lou Merrill, Steve Roberts, Roy Glenn, and Robert North.
Richard Widmark appeared through the courtesy of 20th Century Fox, producers of the Technicolor musical, with A Song in My Heart, starring Susan Hayward.
Richard Widmark, an outstanding screen career, a television career, even won an Emmy Award for a television movie, and did a lot of radio. He was heard daily on Mutual in the title role of the daytime serial Front Page Feral in 1941 and 42, and he had been in a lot of, in fact, even in the late years, he was heard in the Sears Radio Theater. But this fine role here that you're hearing, Suspense, from April 14th, 1952. Suspense on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Are you suffering with arthritis or osteoporosis? Do you have diabetes? Did you know that these are just 2 of the hundreds of diseases that have seen improvement with Dr. Wallach's incredible longevity products? You can't get them at a health food store. The only way to get them is to call us at 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065. Do you have heart disease, fibromyalgia, or high blood pressure? Do you have a terrible time losing weight? Dr. Wallach can help. He was a veterinarian and cured diseases in animals. He felt that he could do the same for humans, so he became a physician. Over 50 years of research and helping people like you goes into every bottle of Dr. Wallach's amazing discoveries. Do you want to feel better? Learn how to treat the cause of your problem rather than covering up the symptoms with drugs. Call 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065.
Now on Classic Radio Theater, an episode of Lum-n-Abner. We head down to Pine Ridge, Arkansas on this episode from April 14th, 1953, and a little problem in the Jot-em-down store.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Hi, Doggy's Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot-em-down store. This is Lum-n-Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge.
Hello, folks. This is Dick Huddleston, reminding you that if you're a good guesser, you can get some canned goods pretty cheap at the Jot-em-down store. You see, Cedric washed all the labels off the cans accidentally, but our 2 resourceful friends came up with the idea of switching their anniversary sale to a grab bag sale. Guess what's in the can? You get it free. Guess wrong, you pay. And business is humming, too. And the beauty of it is hardly anybody's guessing right. Like Miss Pomeroy, for instance, who's just leaving the Jot-em-down store. Now, goodbye, Miss Pomeroy. Better luck next time. Doggy, she bought 5 cans of stuff and never guessed what was in a single one of them.
Oh, this is the greatest one-idea we've ever had, Abner. If business keeps up this way, we're going to have to put on some extra help. I can see that.
Yeah. You know, folks is coming in here that never bought groceries before in their whole lives from us. Well, old man Thatcher there, for instance. He never set foot in here before in his life. His woman always done the buying, you know. He might not consider it a disgrace for a man to step inside of a grocery store.
Well, it's just that idea of trying to get something for nothing, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's a peculiar thing about folks always looking for a chance to get something free, no matter how much it costs them.
Well, now take Maud Toots. She ain't got no use for groceries. She always takes her meals at the boarding house. But she was in twice already today, buying and guessing. And missing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, they all miss.
Yeah, there's one thing I've been aiming to talk to you about. I don't think you ought to laugh so loud every time a customer opens up a can and finds they've guessed wrong. That don't look right, Ed.
Well, what's wrong with it? That's how we make our money off this grab bag sale. If they guess right, why, then they get it free and we lose.
Yeah, I know that, but I still think you ought to be careful. Leastways, don't jump up and down and shout hooray.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, kind of act like you're sorry because they had such bad luck.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to do, especially when it's somebody like Miss Seastrong. She always thinks she's so dad-blamed smart. Did you hear what she said when she was in here a while ago? She guessed cherries, and when the can was open, why, it turned out to be asparagus. She hollered out, "That's what I meant." Stood right there and tried to make me believe that she guessed asparagus.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant about laughing at them. See, folks don't like to be a loser, Abner, and it don't make them feel no better to have you stand there guffawing, laughing and carrying on. So after this, try to keep a straight face. Act like you're surprised they missed. That'll make them feel like they'll surely hit it right the next time.
Yeah, they won't, though. I know that. They just ain't no way in the world of telling what's in them cans, as long as the labels is off of them.
Oh, I don't know now.
How's that, Grandpa?
I heard what you feller said.
Thought you was reading the almanac there.
I was, but I couldn't help hearing what you're saying. I don't see what's so hard about guessing what's in them cans.
Could you do it?
Well, sure I could.
Oh, prattle. If somebody that knows the grocery business as good as Dick Huddleston can't do it, I know you couldn't.
Where's Dick over here?
Everybody's been in here. This is the greatest business we ever did. You know, at one time there, the store was so crowded, me and Lum had to get on the counter. Oh, notice, another customer.
Yeah, howdy, Ulysses. How are you today?
Yeah, okay, Lum.
Come on in, Ulysses, and try your luck.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead, take your pick. Look around the store, pick out any can on any shelf, and if you can guess what's in it, don't cost you a cent. Otherwise, it'll cost you a quarter.
Yeah, okay, Lum.
Of course, you get what's in the can regardless.
Yeah, okay.
Take your time.
Okay.
No hurry.
There's a nice-looking can sitting right there, Ulysses. Might try that one.
All right, don't tout him on nothing, Abner. Let him make his own choice.
Wish somebody'd take that one. I'm just dying to know what's in it.
Well, why don't you buy it yourself, then?
Oh, I'm too smart to fall for a deal like this.
Abner, watch what you're saying.
Huh?
Have you made up your mind, Ulysses?
Yeah, I believe this one's okay.
All right, fine. Now, all you have to do is guess what's in it.
Okay.
Go ahead and shake it or rattle it or do anything you want to.
Did you bring a jar or something along with you, Ulysses, so you can pour whatever it is into that? We got to open it up, you know.
Well, that's all right. We've got some jars here we'll sell you. It'll cost you 10 cents.
Okay.
Well, what do you think's in it?
Well, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Sloshes around quite a bit here.
Yeah, so what's in it?
I don't know.
Well, you gotta guess something.
Okay. Plums.
No, that's wrong.
Hush up, Grandpap.
Well, I can tell you right now, there ain't no plums in that can.
Why, you can't know such a thing.
Plums, is that it, Ulysses?
Well, now, wait. Maybe I better change that. Grandpap says that's wrong.
Oh, don't listen to him. He don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you can change your mind if you want to, Ulysses, but I sure wouldn't put no dependence in what Grandpap says.
Okay. I'll say it's sliced peaches. Apricots.
Grandpap, will you hush up and let Ulysses make up his own mind?
Yeah, you better settle on something here, Ulysses. What do you want to call it now?
Plums.
All right, plums. Abner, open it up.
All right.
Yeah, let's see if we got a lucky winner this time.
Yeah, okay.
I can tell you right now, you ain't. Grandpap, you just stick to your reading there, and we'll run the grab bag sale.
Hurry up, Abner.
Well, I am. Let me get hold of the lid here.
Shoot the top off quick.
I'm getting it. Ha, ha, ha.
What's in it?
Hooray! It ain't plums.
Abner, watch yourself.
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, what's in there, Abner?
Why, that's juice of some kind. Looks like grapefruit juice. Don't smell like it, though.
Well, here, let me see it.
Yeah, just wait. Let me taste it first, then I can tell.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, my, it ain't grapefruit juice. It's good, though. Here, you try some, Lum.
Yeah, sounds like it to me. What are you carrying on?
Well, I might not choked on it there. I gulped too much.
Say, that is good.
Yeah, whatever you got, Ulysses, it's awful tasty.
Familiar, but I just can't place it.
Me neither. Let's see. Let me have another little taste.
Yeah, go ahead. We want Ulysses to know what he's bought.
Sure.
By the way, Ulysses, that'll be 25 cents, as long as you missed.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, and 10 cents for the jar to carry it home in.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Abner. Don't drink so much of it.
Oh, I know what it is, Lum. Just can't think of the name of it, though.
Well, here, let me try it again. I know I can get it.
We had some of that about 6 years ago. Now, what's that stuff called?
Oh, I think I know what you mean, Abner. Sure, it's got a long name.
Here, let me try it once more.
Yeah. Comes from the Hawaiian Islands.
Hey, you never left none of it for me either. Look there, Lum, it's all gone.
I know now, I know. Pineapple juice.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you got, Ulysses.
Yeah, too bad you never guessed it, Ulysses. Well, maybe you'll have better luck next time. Drop in and see us again.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's the jar you bought.
Okay.
See you later, Ulysses, old boy.
Yeah, so long, Ulysses.
Ain't such a business we're doing. I don't know why we never thought of this years ago. Be rich by now.
Doggers, it's fun, too. Sort of like playing a game. And the best part of it is we never lose. Nobody can guess what's in them things.
Well, my only trouble is I ain't never hungry at night after I go home.
Well, Lum, you sample everything that somebody buys in here. I'll bet you've had 10 gallons of stuff today. Just let me take one little bite.
All right, Jimmy, I can tell you what's in them cans.
Oh, stop bragging on yourself,
Well, I can do it. I don't know what's the matter with folks around here. Must be blind.
Just mind your own business, Grandpap. Read your almanac and don't get mixed up in something you don't know nothing about.
You know, Abner, I was just thinking, if business keeps up the way it's been going, we're going to run out of canned goods before we know it.
Doggers, that's right. What do? Order another batch of canned goods and tear the labels off?
Well, I don't know. I kind of hate to do that. It sounds like cheating. But we're going to need some more stuff, though. And this grab bag idea is the best thing we've ever run into. But on the other hand, it seems like a shame to take perfect good canned goods and tear the labels off.
Say, Lum, don't they have some damaged stock or something there at the wholesale house? Cans that's got dents or the labels half off and all that?
Granny, that's right. They'll sell that stuff pretty cheap, too.
Sure.
Glad to get shut of it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going into the county seat right today and go to the wholesale house and buy up every single can of damaged stock they got in that place.
Are you going today?
Fact is, I'm leaving right now. There's the mail hack over in front of Dick's place, and if I hurry, I can catch a ride on that right now.
Sure.
Throw me my hat there, Abner.
Yeah, all right. You be back tonight, won't you?
Oh, sure. Reckon you can handle things here all right by yourself?
Yeah, Grandpap can help me. Good luck, Lum.
Well, if I don't call you tonight, I'll see you first thing in the morning. So long.
So long. You hear that, Grandpap? Me and Lum's getting into big business now.
Uh-huh.
Nothing small time about us. Did you ever see a better idea than this one we got here?
I don't see it's such a good idea. I just don't see why folks ain't able to guess what's in them cans.
Well, how can they guess? The labels is off. You can't see through them, you know.
Yeah, why does that make so much difference? I know I could guess without no trouble.
I'd love to see you try it.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, go ahead, Smarty. Just pick out any can in the store and tell me what's in it.
I'll go you one better than that. You pick it out, and I'll tell you what's in the pigeon-toed thing.
All right, sir. That one right there.
String beans. Ha! Now go ahead and open it up, and you'll see I'm right.
That's just what I'm doing. And if there's string beans in here, I'll eat that almanac of yours page by page.
Well, I hope you worked up a good appetite then. Hurry up and get it open.
I'm getting it.
What do you see in there?
Well, I'll be dead blamed. It is string beans.
Why, natural.
I Doggers, how did you know that, Grandpap?
Simplest thing in the world. Do it every time. Here's the almanac. Get to chomping on it. I'm having string beans for my supper. So long, Abner, old boy.
Well, that had to have been a lucky guess, at least one would think. Although maybe Grandpap's onto something. April 14th, 1953, Lum-n-Abner on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. And I have a moment to pass along a salute to our good friend Ted over at RadioMemories.com. He supplies some of the best-sounding classic radio theater programs on cassette, CD, or flash drive for your purchase at a very reasonable price. If you'd like to start building a collection of your own, contact Ted at RadioMemories.com. That's RadioMemories.com. In fact, that's where we got this Lum-n-Abner episode. Alrighty, and we also want to thank this radio station and ask you to thank them, support the advertisers, drop them a card or a letter. They would greatly appreciate it, and so would I. It is their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you on this radio station. Please also, if you miss a day on this station, you do not have to miss a single episode of Classic Radio Theater. All you have to do is go to iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, TuneIn, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Amazon, or even Facebook. Just search for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. That's Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now, also, you can find our shows on demand at my webpage, which is classicradio.stream. You stream the shows there. You can learn about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can find all our social media links, and you can contact me there at classicradio.stream. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.